Hey, Mark, do we have Diff'rent Strokes?
Yeah, CD2.
All right.
All right.
What a theme song.
You know who wrote it, right?
Who wrote it?
Alan Thicke.
Alan Thicke.
Oh, my
wrote this.
God.
Alan Thicke.
As if it's this brilliant piece of songwriting.
Well, it is.
Todd Bridges. Hey, Todd.
Hey, man, good morning.
How's it going?
I'm doing good, man. Just on the way driving my son to school.
All right.
Maybe not the best time to bring this up, but there's this famous story, or this famous episode, I should say, of Diff'rent Strokes that we saw. It was just happened to be rerunning here, and we popped it on in the studio after the show one day, and it was the most bizarre thing. It was the episode where I think Dudley...
Bicycle Man?
No, I don't think that's it. It's the one where Dudley meets this guy who starts taking his picture with his shirt off and stuff, and he's a molester. Oh, is that it?
That's the bicycle shop owner.
Now, how did you know I was going to bring that one up?
Because when you said the bizarre show, that's the most bizarre show we ever had on that show.
No kidding. Now, were you in that episode much? Because I didn't remember seeing it.
Yeah, I was in that episode, but I was only in it mainly for support. Me and Mr. Drummond. That was more about the kids episode when there was the first time they ever touched on something like that. Actually, on television, it was the first time that we touched on that. Any show, we touched on that. And now we're finding out like crazy that this is something that's pretty crazy, huh?
Well, it was groundbreaking. I mean, I'd never seen anything like that on, that kind of sitcom television. But the strange thing was to hear the canned laughter during the jokes that were sort of mixed in with the serious message. It was really kind of a tightrope.
It was bizarre. I agree with that. We thought that was kind of bizarre too. But
Yeah.
it wasn't our show.
Yeah, I mean, it was really bizarre. I mean, here, as serious as molestation is, and of course your background with all that, and the terrible things that are subject to these children, and yeah, the laugh track was just roaring. Every time it was like the camera came out and the pictures and ha ha. I mean, they had that thing going big time. It was so grossly inappropriate.
But back then also FCCs were different than they are now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no question.
I see now going on television, and I can't believe this actually happens.
Yeah, it's a different
weird.
world now. Yeah, Gary had his usual allotment of wacky one-liners and the usual amount of cracking up and that canned laughter. And with the subject matter, it was just really strange. Man. But did you guys have Nancy Reagan on an episode too?
Yes, we sure did.
That's right. And was that?
When we had Nancy Reagan on, her husband came to the show, the president of the United States, and it was all we had was an audience full of Secret Service.
Wow.
We had no normal people in the audience. So every joke we said they didn't laugh at. Every joke Nancy Reagan said they laughed at.
What a strange audience. I mean, how weird was that?
Yeah. Well, I saw some strange things. They showed me, like, one of the cars, they showed me, like, these surface to air missiles, dude. They showed me. They go, look at this, what we got in our trunk. They showed me all this stuff. They had guys, snipers on the roof. It was just insane. We had tags on. We had to be canned every time we went in and out. Anywhere we moved, they watched us. We went to the bathroom. Somebody followed us. It was crazy, man.
I wouldn't think Secret Service, I mean, that particular location would not seem like it would be that big a concern. I mean, to kick out the studio audience.
It was because it was a big television lot. It was Universal Studios, so there's a lot of people in that lot.
But there's not a lot. It's not like we hear about a lot of crime or violence on that lot, per se.
Yeah.
Not to mention studio audiences don't.
The president there, they can't take any chances, you know what I mean?
Oh, sure. No, I understand. Did that episode do well with Nancy Reagan?
She did really well, actually. The thing that makes me laugh is the show that I do now, World's Dumbest, is that they, I'm glad they didn't have cameras back then when I was doing the wild things. Otherwise, some other celebrity would have been on TV making fun of me.
How's World's Dumbest doing? It's Thursday nights at 9 p.m. on TRU TV. Is it doing well for you, Todd?
Yeah, it's their number one show. It's doing real well, and we're in our 14th season, and it's produced by Meeting House Productions, and we love the company, and we love working. We have a great time, man. It's a great show. I mean, when you get a chance to watch people do some stupid stuff as we do every single day, we get the biggest kick out of it because we will have this year. There will be one all-time dumbest, and he hits my book for the all-time dumbest guy ever in history of mankind. this guy was putting gas in his car and decided that he wanted to see how much gas he had, and he lit a match.
Oh,
Nice.
I guess he didn't realize that matches and gasoline didn't go together.
Jeez.
You got Bonaduce on this thing and Tanya Harding.
We got Tanya Harding. Don't you love that one?
Yeah, we had her in studio here quite a while back, I guess. She was a little heavy at the time.
She's gonna bash me in the knee with something. I was gonna watch her.
Yeah.
Todd, when you're hosting...
Tanya's a great girl. Tanya's actually a lot better than I assumed she would be.
She's a big girl.
She was real big when she came in here, real big.
She's not a little girl anymore, you know.
No,
she's got a baby too and everything.
She never was a real little girl, but she is. Wow, I mean, seriously, something is really expanding there. I don't know what's going on.
How would
she's
you
not getting the exercise, I don't think.
How would it work out with a little
I
celebrity
don't
boxing?
think she's ice skating anymore.
Yeah, I doubt it.
You think you could take her in
I
celebrity
don't even know if
boxing?
she's even allowed to go to ice skating rinks. You know what I mean? I don't know
Yeah,
if she's allowed to even do that anymore.
yeah, she's got it pretty tough. I gotta say, I don't think she's as bad a person as she's been made out to be. I just think she gets herself in situations, and I think people bait her, and it's not much to bait her. She flies off the handle pretty easily.
Yeah, she kind of gets baited, you know, and like me, I don't get baited easy anymore, you know. I kind of let that go. And I think what happens is that you have to come to grips with who you are and not allow people to bait you. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you bait me, then I just go after you.
Todd, do you...
You know, no one has a perfect life. We've all made a lot of mistakes in our lives, you know, but that's why I love World's Dumbest, because I get to see people that used to be me.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But Todd, I'm trying to think, when's the last time you got in trouble? It's been probably over a decade, hasn't it?
Yeah, probably over 18 years, 19 years.
God, that long. Are you feeling good? Are the kids doing well? Is everything going smoothly for you?
Yeah, well, yeah, man. My kid's doing great, man. He's a straight A student. You know, he better keep it that way, or you know, he'll be on World's Dumbest.
World's Dumbest. It's the only measure these days.
Leif Garrett's on this thing too.
My son is an actor. He's been in the business. He's did a couple of movies already. He did a movie with Cuba Gooding Jr. called Daddy Day Camp. And he did a Christmas movie with Dean Cain that comes on every Christmas. And does a lot of commercials. But he's a really good kid, man. Straight A student, and I love him. You know, and I'm a great father. That's the important part. I'm a great dad.
Todd, going back to Diff'rent Strokes, who is alive from that show? I mean, we were just talking about it before we...
Just me, Conrad Bain, and Charlotte Ray. Conrad's still doing well. He's about 88 years old. I talk to him every other week. He lives up north. It was a great show. It really served its purpose, you know, for television at the time.
What are you doing besides World's Dumbest? Does World's Dumbest take up most of your professional time? Or are you doing other stuff?
No, I did a movie this year called That's My Boy with Adam Sandler.
How'd you hook up with Adam?
She met Adam on doing Everybody Hates Chris. When I met him doing Everybody Hates Chris, I said to him, I want to work with you. And he said, no problem, man. Next thing I know it, he got me on the movie, which was great.
Damn, good guy to know, definitely. Todd, they're giving us the sign that you got to get moving. I just want to ask you real quick, this thing about the rock bottom moment for you in terms of drug abuse. You're wearing Depend undergarments or adult diapers. Is that true?
Well, when they had me strapped down in 4 points, they had me in an adult diaper, and that was definitely probably the most degrading moment of my life, and that's what probably one of the things that changed my life. You know, I was kind of weird, you know. I was like, this is a far cry from being Willis Jackson to being a big old diaper. Yeah. And I decided that day that I had to make a change, and I was able to make that change.
Hey, if it was an inspiration, that's great. They made it sound like you got up every day and put adult diapers on because you were going to go out and get really high. And I got to put it on, so I got to get up at night. Sorry about that. You know, the media takes it and goes always into a strange direction. They never go the proper way. They always go a weird way because that's not how I said it, but that's how they put it. He wears adult diapers. Oh, yeah, I already got the pin because I can't control my pee flow. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll just take a crap in my pants. Well, Todd, hey, great luck with World's Dumbest on TRU TV Thursday nights at 9, and great talking to you.
Nice talking to you guys too. God bless you guys and have a good day.
Thanks, Todd. Todd Bridges, formerly of Diff'rent Strokes, apparently reached a low point with the use of adult diapers during his drug abuse, period.
Diapers.
Todd would rise wherever and whenever the inspiration hit him, of course, being a drug abuser. And the first thing he would do is put on the adult diaper, just in case he would become high at some future moment and decide to release his, defecate or
his muscles.
Urinate in his underwear because it was high and not convenient to a restroom.
He was constantly
I think
telling...
you're talking about the sphincter muscle there.
The relaxation of the sphincter muscle?
The sphincter, I think, is what you're referencing, and some of the other urinary ligaments.
But every day, Todd would start his day with adult diapers. What were you going to say, Mark?
I was just going to say in the crack house, people looked up to him because he's a big celeb. And he's like, hey, man, I put my adult diapers on the same way you do, one leg at a time. Every morning.
Every morning.
Ridiculous.
And they'd go, I don't put on adult diapers.
What? You don't?
Nothing like you.
Well, you guys should try it.
Yeah.
I cannot believe he keeps in touch with old man Drummond.
That is bizarre,
He's
man.
talking to Conrad Bain, every other week, he said? I think Conrad gets bummed about it, like he doesn't know about caller ID.
I don't know. Conrad Bain, you got to figure he's not involved in the business at all, so I don't know, that's just strange. What do they have to talk about every other week?
That's my point. He just has to answer the phone when Todd calls. Like he's really his adopted kid.
Oh, strange. It's weird. When we talk to Todd Bridges, I don't know why I have this thing in my head where I think of him as being like he was in trouble like 5 years ago. I can't believe that's 17, 18 years ago.
Yeah.
Since he's been in trouble.
And what was it? Didn't somebody die?
He killed somebody.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And Johnny Cochran got him off.
In '88, he was arrested for and tried for the attempted murder of Kenneth Tex Clay, a drug dealer who prosecutors argued had been shot by Bridges.
Oh, okay. That's
while on a bridge.
That's what I'm talking about.
But he didn't kill him. It was an attempted murder. Bridges pleaded not guilty to the charge and was represented by J.C.
And that guy did not die?
Well, it says it was attempted murder, so I guess not.
And I'm getting really sick of guys named Todd. It's just a goofy f***ing name, okay? Hi, what's your name? Todd. I'm Todd. And this is Blake and Blair and Blaine and Brent. Where are all these goofy f***ing boys' names coming from? Taylor, Tyler, Jordan, Flynn. These are not real names. You want to hear a real name? Eddie. Eddie is a real name. Whatever happened to Eddie? He was here a minute ago. Joey and Jackie and Johnny and Phil, Bobby and Tommy and Danny and Bill. What happened? Todd. And Cody and Dylan and Cameron and Tucker. Hi, Tucker. I'm Todd. Hi, Todd. I'm Tucker. Tucker sucks. And Tucker's friend, Kyle. Yeah. There's another soft name for a boy, Kyle. Soft names make soft people. I'll bet you anything that 10 times out of 10, Nicky, Vinny, and Tony will beat the shit out of Todd, Kyle, and Tucker.
I gotta say, if my name was Tucker, I would pack it in. Tucker?
Tucker.
Ugh, that's
God,
awful.
It sucks.
These deaths of Gary Coleman and Dana Plato. Dana Plato's the girl, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Both of those were just so brutal.
I know.
Man.
I remember the squalor. Remember that photograph and the tabs of her.
Yes, the mobile home she lived in.
Yes. Total
Jesus.
Squalor, man.
And there's a bong, of course, on the dining room table or whatever.
Next to the fish stinking dildo and oh God, what a mess.
Yeah, it was it looked like she was a hoarder or something. Actually, she was a slob.
Yeah, it did. It really, it was just empty bottles and food and it's just God, repulsive.
And Gary, remember that redheaded chick was his wife, and the debate
definitely.
Were they divorced or did she never go
consummate
through
the
with it?
marriage? And that went in front of Judge Judy.
What? No,
Yes.
Come on. Is that where that was settled?
Yeah.
Stop
in front of Judge Judy. How asinine. Way to minimize something that apparently meant so much to them.
Gary, just from starting with the Saturn job where we called him, when we really weren't even working here that long, but we saw Gary in the tabloids working at Saturn, selling Saturns. supposedly for a movie role, right?
Yeah.
Actually, it was for a paycheck.
God.
And we called him. That's when he got all bent out of shape. Just lit us up.
I'm with the customer.
Yeah, answered the phone yelling at us because we had talked to him, and then when he hung up, we called right back, and he knew it was us, and so he just tore us a new ass right from the phone ring into the answer.
Yeah, he was so pissed.
I'm with the customer.
and unless you want me to sell you a car, you know.
Yeah, right, Gary. We want you to sell us a car.
I'm gonna, get you fired, and I mean that, or something to that effect. He was just on a tirade. He was going to destroy us.
If you want trouble, call again.
That's if you want trouble, you've come to the right place.
Yeah, which was drawing the line.
If you want trouble, you've come to the right place, see?
The suggestion that he was going to kick our ass.
Yeah.
Put it out, Coleman.
We told him, we want to buy a Saturn. We really do.
And our history with him, actually, it continued because...
Yeah, we had the place he worked, the video store, remember?
Well, but we talked to the cop, too, that gave him a ticket for there being no driver. Because he couldn't see a driver, and so he pulled Gary over. We talked to that guy. Remember that?
That's what we found out at the bottom of his driver's license said actor.
What the hell do you want? I'm with the customer.
There he is. He is just so dedicated to his customers there.
Yeah.
Here it is.
He won 10.
The callback.
What the hell do you want?
Gary, why are you hanging up on us?
Because you are in Detroit. I can't sell you a car. And besides that, you're bothering me on my job. I'm with a customer. This is my job. This is what I like. This is what I do. Don't ask me no questions. Don't call here no more. And I mean that.
Well,
if you want some trouble, call here again.
I don't. What do you mean? What the?
What? You setting me up, Brad?
Now, would that have been a customer when he answered the phone like that?
Well, it could have happened.
It wasn't our fault that the Globe did a story on him selling Saturns.
He was taking it out on us, man. He was taking out all of his frustrations on us.
And by the way, where's the movie that he was studying for a role?
Nowhere.
Where's the movie that he sells Saturns in?
That's right.
Doesn't exist.
Nope.
Well, he was selling some other car in. No. There was no role.
Those grim pictures of him in the parking lot trying to sell somebody a car.
Oh, that was that was really sad in the end.
It was sad. God, what a horrible life he led. What a mess.
I know. That was the last, from Diff'rent Strokes on was just one sad event after another. Because there was the whole train thing when he got into trains, which is weird. He was almost like Jackson having the second childhood or something. And then he starts the video arcade, which... we got a good chuckle out of that because...
With the payphone, right?
Yeah, you called him on the payphone. The mall payphone happened to be really close to his
little place. His little establishment was like a hole in the wall.
He used it as his business phone, the payphone.
That was the littlest, just like a closet that he was renting, basically.
God almighty.
The thing of it is, though, is that you wanted to feel so bad for him, but he was such a prick that you found yourself, I found myself anyway, just starting to hate the guy. It's like, you prick. He was a mean guy. What a life, Mr. Gary Coleman.
And Todd Bridges.
America's
Dumbest, that's what he was promoting. And that's on TRU TV, Thursday nights at 9. Todd Bridges on the riff. 9:41. We got a couple texts that say the 84 Tigers were on Diff'rent Strokes, and Mark is furiously looking.
Yeah, it looks like it was just Lance Parrish.
That's a big difference from the entire 84 Tigers.
Yeah, and worse yet, it sounds like it's a Sam episode. Remember, was his name Sam, the redheaded kid that was on the show?
Where did Sam come from? Was he a neighbor?
Do you remember, Mike, where Sam came from on Diff'rent Strokes, the redheaded kid that ruined the show?
Oh,
There's Parrish.
Yeah, they were...
It's Lance.
Look at those jeans.
Lance. I can give you a big introduction, okay?
Oh.
Now, guys,
Mr.
I've got
D's
a
going
big
to give him a
surprise
big
for you.
introduction.
Fortunately, I've been working with a great talent.
He's coaching. Is he coaching their Little League team?
Yeah.
Give you some tips on baseball.
Oh, great. We're going to learn to bat from Jerry Lewis.
No,
the
Jerry
canned
Lewis
laughter
hit
is so
33
bad.
home runs and have 98 RBIs last year. But my surprise did. Get ready to give a big hand to the catcher of the world champion Detroit Tigers, Lance Parrish.
Well, I'm amazed Lance accepted this.
All right, gang. Coach Drummond tells me you're having a rough time.
Coach Drummond.
Well, there's no reason to get discouraged. The Tigers weren't always world champions. In fact, they weren't even always contenders.
Yeah, I don't know who that stinks.
Oh, boy.
No, Rodney. Stunk. They stunk. Oh, I don't mean that you guys.
Mr. D. What a wacky scenario Mr. D got himself caught up in there.
I understand you're playing under 500 balls.
Yeah, 0.
Well, just dig in, practice a little harder, turn it around.
What should we do first,
There's
Lance?
Sam. Ugh.
Let's see. What exactly is your record?
0-14.
All right, we got to get you guys on the winning track. Start with the fundamentals. This is a bat.
Yeah.
Now, your stance and your swing is very important. You want to get comfortable in the box, keep your eye on the ball, and then...
Oh, my God.
That was it.
Oh,
They
my
went to a
God.
commercial there, and then Lance was never back.
Oh, God.
Boy.
I bet you they ended up winning.
Well, that was some pretty good advice he was giving. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I mean, it'd be kind of a bummer episode if in the end they kept losing. You know?
I thought the kids were getting some great advice from Lance. They seemed to be paying very close attention. I wouldn't be at all surprised if they turned it around.
I bet you Sam ended up having the winning hit, too.
No.
You don't think so?
No, I didn't see it, so I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to speculate.
That can
Sounds really heavy,
just
doesn't it?
cracks me up how bad that is.
Here's the very end of the episode.
Is that Sam?
No, Sam's right there.
What do you think about my little brother now?
That was beautiful. Better than the Lou Gehrig story.
Let me back it up to see what Sam did.
Who's that brat that said we stunk or they stunk?
Oh, some extra. Oh, Sam sucks.
Sam's already struck out 4 times.
Who's this adult ragging him?
Say, Daddy Warbucks, why don't you buy the kid his own team to ruin?
That is the most
Oh,
fake.
yeah.
What do you say?
Said, hey, Daddy Warbucks, why don't you buy your own team for that kid to ruin?
That's the most fake set for a baseball field I've ever seen. This is ridiculous.
It's like an 8x8 room.
Well, to go along with the fake laughing.
I mean, it's quite obvious they're not outside.
But your dad benched me. Then pinch hit for me because I'm not that good yet. But just wait. I'm going to keep practicing, and before you know it, I'll be up there batting 1,000. Thanks, Sam. You're okay for a run.
Kids making calls like that.
Sam just gave up his bat?
Yeah.
Is that bat?
Wait, so
he gets a hug
the
for it.
players decide who's going to pinch hit for them?
Yeah.
Nice coaching.
What kind of lesson is that? Oh, nice bunt.
It's not a crappy bunt.
Sam could have done it.
Oh, my
how
God.
stupid and fake.
Oh,
Man,
man, is this so bad.
That's right up there with some of those Brady Bunch sets.
Everybody's gone, too.
About me not playing, and I'm sorry for what I said before.
And I'm not
I
memorized
know you
names at
are,
all.
Sam.
And I really do know that you love me.
You bet I do.
And I want you to know that I love you too.
I know you do.
Oh, man. Ooh, that hug is way too tight.
Great, a suicide squeeze for it. All right.
If there's a suicide squeeze, the runner on third is mighty slow. That's all I can say, because he was nowhere near home plate when he put that bunt down.
Whoa.
Isn't that amazing how the entire team ran in at the same moment?
And also how the whole team shuts up when any one of them's talking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kids do that a lot, though.
Pay
They're really
attention.
good.
Yeah, no, they've got great attention spans, definitely.